Okay, fella. So the Southwest Sofa has reconvened.
Yo 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 yo.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So again, one you must remember.
Yeah, for real, man. This is your all-time favorite of this
All-time
thing.
favorite, is it?
Well, not one of the all-time favorites. I keep on saying that though for everything that I'm saying.
Well,
Um,
better to be enthusiastic than
yeah,
not, right? To be fair.
just super good. Just
Okay.
and I've watched this recently as well.
Have
So
you? Yeah,
not
okay.
like recent, but just when the Dark Crystal, when the series thing
Yeah,
came out,
yep,
then we watched that. Then we
yep,
watched this with the kids and
yep,
stuff. So
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, because I did watch the Netflix, and I think I did the same as you. So I watched this within the last few years, but I'm so bad at films that I actually didn't. Till you reminded me, I actually thought the sequel or prequel.
Prequel.
I thought the prequel was just like a remake. So I was like, really? Was that all right? Okay, that's a bit crap. But I remember watching this at your house in the depths of Somerset back in the day with you, and I remember like you were mad keen on Dark Crystal. I was always a little bit like less keen. So I think I sometimes I worry about this film as like a little bit just too cutesy, but there's some dark bits in it
What are
if
you
I
trying
remember
to say,
correctly.
man? What are you trying to say?
I
I'm
don't know.
like properly vanilla or something.
No, no. I just think you. I think my guess is that you watched this a lot as a kid, much younger than me, and
I
probably.
watched this at the cinema.
Oh, did you? So you probably had a
Yeah, for
big
real.
visceral reaction
So
because I watched Flash Gordon at the cinema when I was a kid, and that film is always that's almost like one of the first movies I saw in the cinema, and it's always had like a massive impact on my
yeah.
brain. Um, Incidentally, I think Flash Gordon's amazing. I love Flash Gordon.
Yeah, the Flash Gordon is amazing, and also Flash Gordon as well. So it's quite funny to watch
Yeah,
everything that's
no,
it. But
probably less said about that the better.
but no, this again. So for me, I think as you just said
Mm,
for Flash Gordon, watched this at the cinema with
mm,
Dad
yeah,
back in the day,
cool.
and there's a little bit that scared the crap out of him, and I just remember as a
Oh,
kid.
him.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just remember as a kid, it just made me laugh the most in the world and stuff there
Okay,
and the
cool.
things. So kind of watching your dad get really scared about some jumping, like properly jumping as well,
Yeah, I'm a bit of a
was
jumper
brilliant.
man.
So
So, is there some jumpers I need to
no,
worry
not at all, not on this one. No.
about? Put my
It was
coat
a
down.
different one. It was a different.
Different one. All right.
It was the
Extended cinema version.
no, it was the previews for the other films that were coming
Oh,
out.
right.
So,
Okay. Fair enough.
definitely.
All right. But I know there's some dark bits in this, but okay, I'm just gonna like wipe my preconceptions, like clear them, so I don't take any baggage with me. Do you think I'm gonna do it?
No.
No. All right. So unless you got any literally, I can't remember anything about this film. Thinking about it, I remember some key scenes, um, even though I watched it 2 years ago or
Yeah.
so. Oh yeah, I can
Fair
see
enough.
that. I see that critter there. I remember him.
Yeah.
Right. So
Just to say,
yep.
just for the thing there, and
Yep.
I might get some stick for this audio and bits
Mm.
and pieces. We do call my mum Ogra. Just so I think that, just for various things in there. Everyone's going to make it sound like it's quite harsh or whatever, but
I think I
so
think
yeah.
I'm guessing I know who that is. Although, as you said, this image came in
There's
my
a
mind.
little thing up there as well.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
exactly okay. Okay, it's not very kind. You're not dressed up today.
I'm not dressed up today, but just back from work, so a long day at
Fair
work.
enough.
So
Yeah,
just
okay, you
that's
let
why
off.
you just
I
can't
will
dress
say
up.
I am in my wizard robe and
You are.
hat,
You are.
just for the
You've
record.
made 200% more effort than me.
Well, it wasn't that hard. All right, let's pause it and hit the dark. It is dark. Right? It's
The Dark
the
Crystal.
dark crystal. Right, pause him. Boof. Okay, fella. That was the Dark Crystal.
Yeah. How good was that?
Yeah, actually, I was surprised. I was a little bit scared because I was genuinely thought like,
Because of the beastie jumping out.
just I thought it was going to be two cutie pies because that's from what I remembered, like and I think the cutie dog thing was probably it was fine. It wasn't overdone, so I was
Yeah.
quite happy with that. And you know what? I think when I watched this back in the day, I kind of liked it, but I didn't really love it. But I think I kind of took some of the puppetry for granted. I actually thought like that was so. This is what this is. What did this is this is not BC and it's not AD. It's what do you call it?
It's
Ace?
DC.
DC.
Yeah, DC.
I've forgotten.
During Conan. Both in
Right.
82.
Right. Yes.
So it didn't kind of go into what month it was or anything like that on IMDb. So I just so I
Really?
think-
So this is the same year as Conan? Well,
Yeah.
that's impressive. Okay. Well, the music's going a bit crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually thought. I mean, I, I I kept like bits of the prequel or whatever it was, the Netflix, and was kind of my brain kept thinking, how does that fit in with this? How does that fit in this? But I have to say, as a thing, I liked it actually. I was expecting not to like it. Well, not hate it, but I didn't think I was going to like really vibe on it. But actually, I thought it was actually quite a good bit of storytelling.
I think it's definitely something that led itself. Or let itself have a prequel type thing. It's all of that thing where you could just look at it and go, "Yeah, we need to know what's going on beforehand and stuff." There, and I think they did.
You couldn't do anything. You couldn't do a sequel, could you? Because they like the finish, Happy Valley. Well, plenty of films do it, don't they? Yeah. Oh no, the Gelfling was cleaning his teeth and he knocked the crystal again. Ah! Or one of the skits.
He woke up and it was just a dream.
That's right. Or what's her name? Ogra. Ogra was actually secretly a plot twist. She's a bitch, man. She was smashed the crystal again. Not 1,000 years.
Can't ever trust my mum.
your poor mum. Anyway, but yeah, I thought it was good. I really liked the kind of dressing. We were talking about this during, like the weird creatures and like all that kind of stuff.
Just, and as we were saying on the thing there, you just have a scene where you've got your main characters doing stuff, but then a little beastie would just be running along the floor on a thing, kept it alive for me. Just made all of those scenes just almost not
like the opposite of Dungeon Master, right? Because everything that was like small scenes and there was nothing else in the background. Because there's attention to detail, right? Trying to add a little bit of extra stuff.
Go through the forest and the woods and the swamp and all the other bits. There's either little tiny beasties again doing stuff, or like plants that do certain things, or
like that creature who lifted the Gelfling out of the swamp, and then next scene the Skix is a roasting one. Yeah, that's quite nice. And you really love those creepy beetle dudes. What are they called?
Gorthogs or something. Garthogs.
Anyway, they were a really nice bit of what's that? Nice bit of like. You've turned it off, man.
Gartham, I think it was. Gartham.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there was obviously a guy in there, but they kind of had a creepy movement, and I quite like when they died. They kind of like just opened up like a kind of like a suit of plate mail.
Yeah.
But
and they just did the whole thing where they did that stuff. Just for me, as I say, the thing there, they still just kind of make me shudder and kind of like, oh, these are so bad. They're so bad. And just with their kind of almost like the tentacles underneath, and then the carapace and stuff.
And I have to say, when I remember watching this as a kid, I'm not sure I really picked up on the mystics are the kind of inverse of the Skeksis.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I mean, I've obviously now know that and watching it as an adult, but I think maybe watching it as an adult, it was pretty pasted on. You just had to like be slightly aware of it, right?
Yeah.
Like 10 of them, Dime Master.
Although there's part of it you kind of go, is that because we now have had so many things like that along the years that we're now like, oh, that's just obvious. But actually at the time, was it something at the time where actually even adults went, oh, that's a good twist? Well, I don't know.
I think probably like with all the stuff going on, you might not have like be focusing on the coincidence that is that. You just thought, that's just a bit of like cheesy storytelling rather than like actually design. But yeah, I thought the whole thing basically it kind of flowed. It wasn't like too action packed, and I thought it was good.
Well, so we were saying the kind of story. The story almost told itself, didn't it? It kind of didn't. For me, it didn't take you by the hand and kind of go, "This is what we're doing now." Stuff there. It was kind of just some stuff you just had to just get.
Yeah, figure it out.
Yeah,
just follow the story.
And even like we were saying, there was some stuff where it was that kind of classic thing of, well, I've got this crystal. I know which one it is. I know what to do with it though. It's just like you didn't tell me. You didn't bother telling me what to do. And you're like, oh man,
that whole thing. Yeah, just tell me what to do with it, man.
Yeah,
like write it down.
Put
in an envelope.
Do loads of stuff in the sand. Can't you just do something there as well?
In case I die untimely, here's an envelope explaining how to save the world. And those bloody Skeksis, man. Like, why were they like making everyone's life difficult? They should. How come they were so daft? I guess they were just like the antithesis. They split into good and evil, didn't they? And they just didn't know what was good for them. which was
And they
still
were just they were just a good evil as well, weren't they? They were just like really horrible,
Yep.
like faux society,
Yep.
like high society rather,
Yeah,
and kind of
you were saying they had like
just
that really like
horrible,
like decadent court feel. They're all dressed in these like finery, but they're all kind of rags really, and all pretty nasty. But they're still eating with their fancy finger cutlery, but they're disgustingly.
throwing stuff onto the side, and just the as you say, just the complete decadence of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it just and then the whole thing of the draining the essence and stuff there, that was really good.
Yeah.
They just made a whole lot of use of kind of things kind of inflating and deflating for the
that was
skin
quite
and
cool.
stuff there.
Also had a balloon inside, like pumping up the skin or letting out the air. That was clever actually. That did work well. And like the plot twist with the wings, that definitely caught me by surprise when the female girlfriend
showed you your flaps.
That one, yeah, exactly. Of course I got flaps, I'm a girl! Oh dear, I'm going to get censored, dude. Anyway, alright, should we give it, I guess we're still on dragons?
We're still on dragons, surely, yeah.
I haven't really thought about my number. I'll let you go.
This is a strong one. I say this, I kind of feel like I say this for every single one, but the guys keep on, for me, they keep on hitting home runs every time with these. These are all great films, and even I think some of the ones that we've watched that have been a bit poor, they've still just been quite nostalgic, which I think is probably what the majority of this thing is for, isn't it, really?
Apart from like Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master.
But there's no nostalgia for Dungeon Master.
No, not at all. So yeah, it wasn't their thing that we...
There's no forgiving. There's no forgiveness.
So I mean, for me, this is a strong 4 ancient gold dragons.
Ooh, 4 ancient, yeah.
And then a ancient silver dragon.
Ooh, swapping over. Ancient.
So I kind of get like 4.8.
4.8. Okay, so you're going quite strong with this.
Yeah, and again, though, as I say, like we were chatting all everything there, so you knew the bit that made my dad jump and stuff there. Yeah. Just made me and again, just for me,
it's a good memory for you, isn't it? Yeah.
Things. So
what do you give Time Bandit? This is a 4.8, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
are you saying that you're going higher? This is better than Time Bandit? That's what I'm asking, I suppose. Or is it about the par?
I think it's about par. So I can't remember exactly. We need to do our list of what we've done, don't we, man?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to get back to that and do that. But
at some point.
Yeah, as I say, for me, just everything just hits the right spots for me, and like the bad guys are
probably bad.
And when he falls down into that pit, and then he's just surrounded by all of the Garthen. I was like, that's just like the worst thing in the world. They're horrible. They're clicky. That whole little thing.
The Nipper trying to grab him is climbing up the wall.
Real, like their eyes glow and stuff there. That kind of almost takes me back to Demons, like and stuff there, with that type of thing there. Yeah. So
that was quite a good scene when the eyes come out first and get creeped out.
So like their thing there, the good guys, I think as we were saying, they're kind of a bit they're not thing there. But then again, they're deliberately not the main part of the story.
They're just like a clock, aren't they? They're like clock counting down, bring it closer and closer, like a countdown.
And then just as I said to you again, the whole thing for those guys is the bit that really hit me with those guys is when they then stood up and towered over the Skeksis. They towered over everybody else.
The bear hugged them.
Almost, for real. So
true. Yeah. Okay. So let me think. So I was expecting to give this something like a 4. I thought it'd be good, although you think 4's like bat in there, like as low as it gets. 4 is 0 and anything. That means
pretty much, man.
But that means like when we gave Dungeon Master like 3.5, that's a negative score.
Yep. I think that's fair. Dungeon Master had some bits. It started off really well, and then it just went downhill, didn't it? But we're on.
Well, let's get back. Let's swap
in there.
So I liked it. I reckon it's hard to so it's 4 ancient brass dragons.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm gonna say a I can't remember
it's
the grading.
really difficult to then think, what do I do for that?
A sub-adult brass dragon. So I'm gonna say 4.65, 4.7. So I did like it, and
that's a pretty high score to be fair.
Yeah, I would watch it again because I was expecting to watch it and think, it's a bit too cutesy. But yeah, I'm glad I watched it, and I think it was a good pick. So
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Like, but Time Bandits, I was disappointed because I got
Don't even go there, man.
because
Don't even go
the
there.
Monty Python thing caught me out. But this is the other way around. Actually, it
Yeah.
over delivered to what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So maybe that's partly it.
I think, and this is the type of thing here, and I'm not sure that this counts for everybody in this group or anything like that at all, but this is stuff where this is one of the films that I can actually get the kids to sit down and watch and kind of be quasi interested in. They love the TV show as well,
Right.
and stuff there. So it is.
They
one
watched
of
that
these
first,
kind of,
did they?
yeah, we deliberately
Okay.
did that. So we watched that and then we watched the thing.
Right.
So we were all watching the TV show first of all,
Yep.
and then came
Okay.
back to this. And actually, the missus and the kids aren't here tonight, and they were a bit gutted when they found out that we were
okay.
watching this tonight.
Right.
I think
Nice.
so
Interesting.
they're keen to do that again.
'Cause
So
it's a bit like the thing is, I'd be worried about this one is like old Disney films don't capture my kids' attention compared to new ones because it's so they've got that big eyes and the 3D and the panning in, whereas
Yeah.
Mowgli marching up and down with elephants is all like a flat span. So, but I reckon I might try this with the henchlings just to see what they're whether they're grooving on it. Oh no, man! I didn't even have a go. So we're stuck with the UmberBulk, man.
Bam! That's what I'm talking about. The UmberBulk has landed.
Man, I really actually genuinely forgot to think of one. Probably just a bit last
There's
minute.
been quite so many earthquakes around recently and stuff there. Maybe
Right,
it's landed properly. So.
solar eclipses and shit.
Yeah.
The UmberBulk, right? Fair enough. But yeah, good show. Nothing too weird in it. There's no blacking of animals or anything because it's all
No.
puppets. Bit of
No.
quicksand.
Do we bit of quicksand? Yep.
No decapitations. Novelty weapon, the hook thing.
Hook thing on the Skeksis. Yeah, she kind of uses a sling to get rid of that eye thing, but not really that
Some
much.
some fancy chopping weapons when they're chopping that
the stone.
fighting by stone.
Yeah. And some quite cool beasties.
Definitely some cool
thing there.
beasties, yeah.
Do we count,
Hmm?
just out of interest, do we count Landstriders as Clydesdales? Or is it...
Oh yeah. No, we don't. Of course we don't. I wasn't expecting that, man. They did have slightly furry feet, to be fair. They're the equivalent.
They were quick.
They were quick. They're more like giraffes, weren't they? But they were quite cool.
But I think the whole thing here, as a kid watching it as a kid, as I said to you a number of times during the film, was just the whole, was almost like the seamless thing of real action, as in actors being kids or anything like that, or the thing there, merged in with then going into the puppetry stuff. And I think they did that really well with the stuff where they kind of hit the stuff.
And actually, when I was watching this, I was also imagining like my 10 or 12-year-old self watching this, not like judging it like just completely as an adult.
Yeah.
And as back in whatever 82 or whatever it was, I think it's a really good solid thing. And even now, we just watched it and I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the faces are a bit still because it's not.
Yeah. And that's the trouble. Some of them are really good. So like some of them really good little twitches going on and stuff like that. You kind of think, is that deliberate or who cares?
Yeah.
And then some of them just like really quite bland and nothing to them.
I think the what are they called? The gelflings. Their faces could be a little bit porcelain.
Yeah, absolutely. But whether that was deliberate to kind of show that they were really young compared to everybody else being super old.
Yeah, it's true. They were the youth,
supposed to be
weren't
1,000 years old and stuff, aren't they? So
but maybe just the limitations of the art.
yeah, for real.
But actually, when they did move their mouths, I wasn't like thinking they were just like this all like.
Yeah, not like
a
ventriloquist puppet.
Yeah, so they were good, and I think this was, a pretty high point in puppetry, right? There was no. I'm not sure there was any. Was there any blue screening? Maybe the bats. Not sure.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit there, not much.
But most of it was like thing, and that was interesting about the remake. They committed to puppets again, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which was quite cool. I don't have Netflix anymore. I've managed to cancel recently, but it's quite long. How many? 8, 10?
Something like that. I can't
It's a bit of a commitment, isn't it? But
it is, but it's something that we just sat down with and kind of said, right, this night's going to be this, and that was kind of everything that we kind of built it up with the kids and stuff. So,
because I could, for example, if I got Netflix back, which I won't do straight away, but I could set them on watching the series. They'd chomp through it. Maybe next holiday.
Yeah.
They need a break.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's it. So thanks, Free for All. That was a good call.
Yeah.
I was dreading it actually. I thought, oh no, I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna like it, but I did like it, so I'm happy.
That's really weird because as soon as it mentioned it, I was super excited for this sort of thing there. But again, I think that's just the whole thing, isn't it? That's just with the film. That's the whole thing of all of this series stuff. There, it's the films that kind of mean different things to different people, and it's really weird how people have those.
Yeah, I think about it. I think maybe I watched this when I was probably last time I watched this, maybe I was watching when I was about 16, maybe a bit too cool for it anymore. Like,
you were a very cool 16-year-old, to be fair.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. But you know what I mean. I think maybe I was like a little bit like, oh, these puppets, man.
Yeah, it's kid stuff.
Maybe I don't know. I was never really like that, but maybe just caught me at a bad time. But I liked it. Okay, we're gonna call it.
Yep.
Right, that is the. So what's the average? We like to call it average, don't we?
We do like to call it average.
So
what was that? 4.8, and you were 4.6.
6.5, 7.
4.7.
Let's call it 4.6 with your 4.8. So we're at 4.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid effort.
Yeah.
So we haven't done Lady Hawk for a while. This will Lady Hawk, man.
This.
Really?
Yeah, straight away.
Wow, without hesitation.
Yeah.
All right, in the can. That's it. Dark Crystal. Bam.